Viewers, we're taking you through how cheaper oil comes in from Russia. And this is per barrel estimate that we are giving you. There's a discount share of Russia that we're speaking of. 2022, in the year 2022, we look at an estimate of $30 and the $30 billion, and that was increased to 22%. Again, $20 billion, 36% in 2023. In 2024, we'd seen $9 billion, 35 to 40%, 2025, $2 to $5 billion, 35 to 40%, again, per BBL. This is the particular estimate that we are giving to you of, if we look at it per particular barrel, it is $2 to $5 at this given point in the year 2025. And with that, let's also, Mr. Latham, I'll come to you. Let me also introduce Seema Sirohi, columnist and author of Friends with Benefits, the India-US story, who's also joining us on the panel at this point this morning. Mr. Roy, thank you for speaking to us, and very good morning to you from India. Very firstly, Mr. Roy, I would want to ask you this, that, you know, we were discussing the hypocrisy involved, the double standards involved from the US's side at this given point. And, you know, it doesn't just restrict itself to the tariffs that we are speaking of. At the same time, we are seeing, and that is, if US indeed is speaking of, you know, ending wars across the world, we are looking at the United States aiding a country which only months ago, in fact, came out to sponsor such a big terrorist attack in India itself, that is Pakistan. We see US coming out and reducing their tariffs and helping their economy to grow. That is a major double standard, and it's appalling at this given point, the US and the stance that it is taking by singling out India for the Russia-Ukraine war. But at the same time, it's in fact, you know, supporting economically a country which has been sponsoring terrorism over decades.
Yes, it's very aggravating, and there is no clear logical line that you can draw from what Trump has done to what the reality is. It's true that China buys more Russian oil, for example, than India does. The EU buys more LNG from Russia than other countries. So, but he has somehow chosen to punish India. We can only speculate as to why. Something clearly sounds personal to me, you know, having covered this relationship for many decades. It's very carefully built, and there's a lot of effort that's gone into it. The diplomatic work, it's taken, you know, brick by brick to build it. And he is being so acerbic about India that it's impossible for any Indian government to not respond, for example. So yes, the hypocrisy is there. Today when he was asked, Friday evening, that is, sorry, not Friday. I'm getting confused about the time. Wednesday evening, he was asked about why he had not punished other countries or put tariffs on others. So he says, well, it's only been 8 hours. Wait, there'll be many more. So we don't know. There may be other countries that come under the hammer. For right now, it seems it's India that's getting this very sort of third-degree treatment for no apparently palpable sort of reason that I can understand. You know, everybody's got trade problems with the US. He's imposed tariffs, he's negotiated with them, or his team has, just as has India. But somehow, perhaps the gap was too much between what he wanted, which was probably a total sort of supplication, and compared to what India was willing to give.
Right, Mr. Roy. Professor Latham here, I would want to ask you this, that you just said a little while back that there is very little wiggle room for India at this given point. India has stood very firm on its stance that what has happened is unreasonable at this point, and they've said that they will also be taking actions. Would you want to throw some light on that very aspect, sir?
Yes, I think it's quite telling that thus far India has not overreacted. The reaction has been very muted. India, the Modi government, on the margins, has tried to placate Trump and his administration. Like I said, they have done certain things in terms of lowering tariffs unilaterally, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there have been some gestures made. But for whatever reason, the Trump administration, and I think it's bigger than Donald Trump, have just sunk their teeth into this issue, and they simply won't let go. I think the comparison with Pakistan is very telling as well. The Trump administration would love to have its cake and eat it too. It would love to have a good partnership with both Pakistan and India, one to contain China, the other to balance against Iran. But of course, Pakistan's track record is checkered, shall we say. On the one hand, yes, it counterbalances Iran, but on the other hand, it does support terrorists, some of which are actually Iranian-backed. So, right, there's a tension there. But you're never, for the foreseeable future, you're never going to get a team, America, which includes both India and Pakistan in equal measure. I just don't see that happening. So what can the Modi government do? As I said, it can, on the one hand, continue on the margins making concessions, but it's not in a position to roll over with respect to the big issues about tariffs, about protecting certain sectors of the Indian economy, et cetera. It's simply not. The other thing, though, which is related to diplomacy, is I really do think that Donald Trump is somebody who can be wooed, as it were. If Modi were to reach out a telephone call, they have a good relationship by all accounts, good working relationship anyway, and try to smooth those ruffled feathers a little bit, that might go part of the way. Donald Trump would love to walk away from this saying, I won. And if Modi can create the illusion that Trump has won this trade war, then it's a win-win. Trump will go away and spike the football in the end zone, to use an Americanism, and Modi will do whatever the cricket equivalent is, and it's back to business as usual, which is trading and containing China. Those are the two.
I would like to bring in Ms. Sirohi into the conversation here at this point. Ms. Sirohi, do you think it is about a big win for Donald Trump at this given point in this entire situation?
I think by using the kind of language he has, he's made it very difficult for Prime Minister Modi to even give him a big win, even if he wanted to. Earlier, it wasn't possible because the parliament was in session. But now he's taken such extreme steps that no government, no prime minister can sort of immediately make a phone call. The political managers of Prime Minister Modi will not expose him to an unpredictable, leader who can say anything, then go on Twitter and say the exact opposite. Whatever happened in the phone call, you may read on X an entirely different account. So it's too risky now. Since the goodwill is eroded, the confidence is gone, that I don't think a phone call is likely. What is likely is for other people in the Trump administration, if they can stand up, those who have, look after, let's say, the State Department, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, for them to say something, for the Vice President to say something, to not allow the President to destroy a relationship to a point where it'll be very difficult to rebuild. Of course,
absolutely. We saw Nikki Haley herself come out to warn Trump as well of not ruining the relationship with India at this given point. Yes,
Nikki
absolutely.
Haley has zero weight in the Republican Party right now,
Absolutely. With that, Ms. Seema Sirohi and Professor Andrew Latham, thank you for joining us on India Today. I'm extremely sorry, but we'll have to end the conversation here. That we are running out of time at this given point. But yes, viewers, that is the situation at this given point. Those were the insights being offered by our panelists on how the situation has been and how the situation, or rather what the situation looks like from here. And that is all that we have for you at the moment on the Trump tariff war that has currently been developed.